Welcome back to another episode of Under the Surface, the show where we talk everything the bizarre. In this episode, we are taking a look at a possible new social feature that could be added to the game. Think something like Reddit and Discord, available right from the main menu of the Bazaar. We look at what a social feature like that could add to the game and how it could be implemented. So, let's dive under the surface. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Under the Surface. And today, we had another idea that could be implemented into the Bazaar. You may have saw our last episode like this that was on guilds. We thought it would be cool to have a guild system in the game and just social features in general, honestly. But now we thought that maybe having a forum or just sort of a general way of communicating with other Bazaarians and, the actually tempo as well would be a good thing to introduce.
If I may interject, a good way to think about this is like having a town square. We have the bazaar. So how about we just go there and, interact with other people that are also there? So yeah, something like a forum, but it doesn't have to be precisely like a forum. It can have other utilities. But yeah, that's just to paint a picture for the people.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. And I think that shows how on brand this would be for the game. The whole point of the bazaar is it's a place with like a million people. Everybody congregates and trades and hangs out. So it makes sense. But in technical terms, I was thinking of something like there would be this whole separate tab you go to, and it would be more like a mix between sort of Reddit and Discord. Was
Yeah,
kind of my thought. Okay, yeah.
I
So I think we're on the same page.
I think both like places have things to offer, and well, the main part about all of this would be it wouldn't need to separate our community, because some people are on Reddit, some people are on Discord, and some people don't even engage with any of those. So if we had something in game, a place to post announcements, patch notes, and also, to trade ideas with, maybe share screenshots of your 10 pieces, all that, and have fun as a collective and not just, bubbles. Because I guess people on Reddit could be like a different subset of players with different like average mentality, let's call it, than to people on Discord, and then to people who do not engage with those and perhaps just scroll TikTok while playing.
Oh God, Gen Alpha players.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. So I have one thing that I would like to bring up that you already mentioned. So a separate button, right? So how would we interact with this part of the game? And yeah, I mentioned this to you before we started recording. I think, like from the business standpoint, putting that in the bazaar tab would be smart, because you go to the bazaar and you would be shopping for the wares, the skins that are actually on the sale right now. But additionally, you could go to the bazaar for gossip, and just hanging out with people. So, you are putting your customers in front of your shiny things, just what every a la mobile game wants to do, right? And also you allow your people or your community to interact with each other. I mean, we're still waiting on basic stuff like friend lists and perhaps match history, right? Although I'm not sure if match history is exactly like social feature. But yeah, things like that. But we're here to try to, think of ways to expand that idea. You had your profile showcases, right? Which I think would pair really well with this idea of, town square.
Yeah, I was thinking you have the profile showcases. So, if you've been on any old style forums, a lot of forums have things kind of like that. So maybe you could have your top 3 favorite skins and your favorite stat, that's like, oh, I got a 30%, 10%, 10 win ratio.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
So
I was
you're
thinking
saying
too,
MySpace.
yeah, basically, you can put your top 7 favorite friends
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah, and link to the quiz. Which tech item are you?
Oh, that would be hilarious if you could make things like that. But I was also thinking just having all that in game, you could just click you could go to anything and just click a share button and make a post or something. You know what I'm saying? I know we're missing a lot of features. A lot of what we're talking about is theoretical here, right? But imagine you had the craziest run of your entire life and you could somehow share that and be like, you guys aren't going to believe what this run looks like. and then you post it, and then on the Bazaar subreddit, and you upvote it to the top. It gets upvoted to the top because it's like the most broken build of all time. I don't know. It's just nice to.
Yeah, and I think like some sort of like system, so you can give thumbs up to things like that. So yeah, exactly like cutting out a piece of Reddit and putting it in the game, just what you described. But I think like having a share button would be useful in like more situations than only boasting about your 10-piece run. So imagine having a share button that is available to you at all times, and perhaps you're stumped at some point. You are offered a collection of items that you're not sure if would be better for you to swap out some of them. So you click share, and you go to the in-game forum. At that particular moment during your run, you post, "Hey guys, can you tell me, do you think like this is this item better than that other item?" And some people are probably hanging out at that time in the game, and they get a notification, oh, someone is asking for help, because they have a tag help, and you can choose correct channel, like the channel that you are interested in, and then that person is getting that help in real time and doesn't really need to take a screenshot, go to Reddit, post it, comment, and then wait for people to perhaps be graceful enough to actually help that person. I think a couple of people always help that person on Reddit, but like that's the point. Like, much fewer people are on Reddit than there are in the game at all. At least that's my perception, but I don't have the data.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we don't know how many people are on Reddit, right? This is just an assumption, but like it's usually not a large percentage of the game. And especially after this game hits mobile, it's not going to be a large percentage because people are going to be from places where just Reddit's not just like popular. You know what I mean? Like in countries where nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Or and like you could just have everybody there and just say like, "Hey, look, the social features are right here," and like chat with people. And then they're
Yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like people just don't know, so.
at this precise moment, like right here, right now when we are recording, there are 154 people at the Play the Bazaar subreddit. So that's a couple of people, yeah. So let's say 10% of them are willing to engage with the posts instead of just scrolling over them, right? But I believe that in the Bazaar proper, we could at least double that number.
Oh, I think easily. The other thing I was going to say that's important for this discussion, I don't think we mentioned it yet, is the way that patches are sort of informed to the players.
Distributed, yeah.
Yeah, it's let's just say, I'm just gonna say it's not good, right? Like normally in a game, whenever you play a game like this, a patch happens, and when you come into the game, it says like, "Here's what changed" or something. You know what I mean? And this game is just sort of like, let's post a link to it on Discord. And okay, like that's like fine, I guess, but it would be nice to have something in game. And oh my god, wouldn't you know, if you have a whole forum system type thing, you could just have a patch note show up and just like a notification like, "Hey, new patch notes to read." You click on it, you go to it, and then people could like comment under it.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
I mean, about commenting, I guess we need to address the elephant in the room, which is like being toxic and improper, like improper conduct. I guess, like, since you are, playing the game, we all agreed to some TOS, definitely. And rules about using the forum would probably be laid out before you even interacted with it, and then you agree to them, and you are agreeing that if you are unsporting in your interactions, then you will be excluded from those interactions. And I think exclusion from those interactions would be detrimental to you, because let's say you wouldn't be able to, well, engage with that help system, or boast about your wins, and perhaps even make some trade deals on the side.
Yeah. And I think I was thinking when you first mentioned this, is that like, oh, they'd have to moderate and everything. Well, there's already a ton of people, like including Tempo employees, moderating the Discord. So just close down the Discord and move them here, right? Like that's all you would have to do.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't think it would be a big, and I think they're still moderating the Reddit too. So I don't know. It's probably less work for them in general. I mean, after it's all set up for the moderation team, obviously it's more work to create your own social media, basically.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I guess, keeping people on your platform is better for the platform, in this case, a game. At least that's my assumption about the reality of that. But also, Reynard implied that he wanted to go away from the launcher itself at all, right? And as we already explained, having your community split into smaller subsets can make them, like echo chambers. They become echo chambers to some degree. And of course, people like to, bandwagon on complaints because, that's like a sport of 21st century and we cannot avoid that. But yeah, that's the situation where you have like in-game forum. Of course, like the policing of that in-game forum couldn't be like overboard, because like then you have ban from the club penguin speedrun in less than a minute. But yeah, like merging all of those things and just putting all those things that you wanted in the game, like in the game, and you then have like designated place for that.
Yeah, and it's like the same thing with the guild system. It's like it's just an obvious addition, and then you keep people on the game more, right? Like it's just a fact. You're going to keep people on the physical game more, and they're probably going to jump in and out of the forum while they're playing runs. Ask for help, look at whatever everybody else is doing. Everybody has like 2-second attention spans now, so just another way to like ADHD farm on the bazaar. And I was also thinking, what about cosmetics that are on the forum? So like if you have like a cosmetic skin, for example, like I have the legendary Vanessa skin from the beta, like maybe that can only be your profile picture if you have that skin type thing. And maybe like I don't know exactly what, but like certain maybe I don't know, certain cosmetics could transfer over and become like stickers on posts or something. Like
that sounds fun. Yeah, I could see that. Like your banner, let's say, like your background for your name would be your rag, let's say,
Ooh.
Yeah, you could probably find some ways to customize your profile picture and your profile page with the cosmetics that you own. I mean, we already have the idea of like having little glass boxes where you put your most prized possessions.
Yeah, and I think just I don't know, like that's how like places like Reddit monetize in some ways. So I don't know, it could be nice to just have another way to make people feel like they're, spending money on fake stuff is worth it.
Right, and also perhaps I'm not sure how useful would that be, but you could probably promote that system by giving rewards for like best commenters, like you are engaging with the community, or let's say you actually helped X number of times on the help subforum, and you got like enough thumbs up for you to like, let's say receive a rag, let's say, for being a helper. So you have a helper rag, or perhaps I'm not sure. Like, okay, there are probably more like let's say requirements that we could set for people to be incentivized to engage with that particular place. I'm not really sure. Like, maybe you have an idea? I had an idea, and then it left me immediately.
Top poster for the month gets a board. That would be crazy.
Yeah, but then you would like spam, pictures from your game, or like you would spam. I mean, then again, that might be against TOS, spamming.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you could just, I don't know exactly, and probably a board is too much in legendary skins, but throw a few things out there. So if people interact, they can, I mean, it could even be like in other systems we've talked about, like progression type systems. There could be a small section that has like, comment X amount of times and post X amount of times. And I know it might encourage spamming, but like as long as spamming is a thing that's like not allowed, or you can only post or comment so often or something, if you're new, it would be okay.
I guess also perhaps like a place where more experienced people could post guides. So then if you are, let's say if your guides have received enough likes, then you would also receive a reward for being, well, another type of helper.
Ooh, imagine exclusive like boards for people of each rank. Like so like if you're bronze, you can go to bronze. If you're silver, you go to silver and bronze. If you're legendary, you can go to all the ranks.
I'm not really wait, would you like to separate like those sub forums by rank?
I'm just saying you could have like exclusive ones, or maybe even just like an exclusive like diamond legendary chat or something for people who like are obviously more like spending a lot of time in the game, like their own exclusive like thing. I don't know, it could be fun.
Okay, I may perhaps like, yeah, for like, I don't know, top 500, an exclusive
Oh,
chat. Like maybe I could see that, though that's some form of elitism, to be fair. Like, is there a particular reason to exclude other people from that? But I understand that perhaps the top guys would like to, bounce ideas off of each other without having to, whisper each other constantly.
yeah. And I was just thinking there'll probably be more than a single guild's worth of them. Maybe not that would want to do this. And it'd probably be a way for them to like, I don't know, like you could have a discussion and know everybody is top rank and don't have like a random bronze player come in and say, you know what I mean? Like a guy who just started that just wants to say something.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause it's just kind of how things happen.
I guess, but perhaps it doesn't really need to be like pre-made by Tempo. Like those guys could probably just band together and have like a custom channel. But I don't know. Maybe like there's some prestige to being able to get to top 500 and then just type hi on the channel. In the
If it
channel.
gets people to play more.
I mean, yeah, that's an idea.
You could be one of like 500 people in the chat with like Crip or something. So that's something, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, anything else to say about this?
Oh, yeah. I also thought about Tempo doing in-game polls, Like, for example, we had this heal change recently. The issue I'm talking about right now, heals used to cleanse 10% of the heal value when they went off. Now they do only 5%, and also lifesteal lost healing ability. So perhaps those things could be, polled beforehand on the forum, and then people would decide which thing they would prefer, and then for, let's say, next 2 weeks we get that particular change implemented and we see how we like it, and then we get another poll like, do we want that reverted, do we want to keep that? And I think Jagex, the RuneScape creators, do something like this with additions, so they have to first get approval of the players before they add something to the game. And I'm not saying that we need like complete democracy in the Bazaar, but like I guess it would be cool to have some community interactions in how the game is shaped.
Yeah, it would be cool because I mean, I think it seems fairly obvious that the community is the one who pushed for the healing, like cleanse change, and that's why they did it. So it would be cool to have like an official, like, see really what the numbers, are. Are the people who want the 10% cleanse, are they like the minority, like a loud minority or something?
Exactly.
Or yeah, it's really good change. I didn't know Jagex did that. I was also thinking about just how integrated this will be with everything. So like when we have the Atlas, which we will have one day, and somebody wants to talk about a certain, like, I don't know, merchant or item, you could basically just have that item linked on the post. And so you don't, like, if you don't know what the item is, you don't have to go like over to How Bazaar, like look at Reddit. Oh, so they're talking about this. I don't know what this item does. Go to How Bazaar, look at it. You just click the button and it pops up and says what it does and the lore behind it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I think that would be a cool addition, some not improvement, but like cool addition to the UI. And perhaps that exact functionality could also be applied to some trade deals, so you are offering, let's say, you want to sell a couple of items, not each one individually or whatever, or you want to perhaps show off your collection, so you want to list a couple of items. I don't know, but yeah, I also thought about linking items to the channels, to the sub forums or whatever, the comments.
yeah, so this idea is really good. Linhead just came up with it, so give him a round of applause, everybody. Wow,
I'm not sure
loud cheers from the crowd.
I'm not sure if my microphone picked that up.
Oh, were you clapping?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it didn't, right?
No, it didn't.
Okay, we can add that in post.
Yeah, let us know how you feel about this. If you haven't seen the guild episode, I would suggest watching that because this is a very similar type of topic to that.
Yeah, and I think
thanks for watching.
They connect
go
to
ahead.
each other to some degree, because like I think both of these systems would work well in tandem.
Yeah, 100%. So
yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on Nunhead's channel on Monday.
That's most likely. So bye.
See you.